off a daily fantasy. His number too high, then I'm probably fading him. He been on the road, he gon' eat up my salary. I hit a buy, he gon' lie before lock. Play back to back, then I probably won't pick on the DFS bachelor, good as it gets. Build a few liners and hit me a leg. He had a good game, but it might be a trick. Log in the Slack so I know who to pick. Sharing our liners, we all gon' get rich. New to this game, you should come to the pad. You might want some cash and get a good laugh. DFS sports, we gon' run up a bag. He heard every game and it's making me mad. You buying your lineups, I think you a cheater. DFS bachelor, he the new leader. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Bachelor Pad. I, of course, am your host of DFS Bachelor, and we're going to go over our Fanduel and Draftkings NBA slate for Monday, January 27th. It is a 6-game slate, but it's with big-time heavy hearts. Of course, I'm sure we all know by now the passing of Kobe. I've been a Laker fan for 32 years, watched his entire career. And I, like many of you, was just blown away. And, you know, I'm sitting there throughout the day just sad, crying. And you start to wonder, why is the passing of someone who I've never met, who I never knew, who I probably would have never known, affect you so much? And I think it's okay. I think it's normal to be that upset. For a lot of you, I'm sure you're all a lot like me, where sports kind of transcends happiness sometimes. That second three-peat championship of Kobe's, I was going through a lot. I lost my house, went through a divorce, was battling for custody of my child. I had nothing. But then you'd look on the screen and you're able to just kind of get away from reality for a moment. And when the Lakers won that Game 7 against Boston, I had just been served divorce papers, 2 weeks before that day. So I think what it is the happiness that he brought you in those moments when that was all the happiness that we had, that I had, was sports. And was Kobe, and the effort, the dedication, the tournament. It was like he was playing for me. It was like he knew that I was at my breaking point and they needed to win, and he was always so dedicated, and I just love the guy. I love the Lakers. My heart goes out to the families. It's an incredibly sad week. It was kind of chilling for me. I had just made him my thumbnail 2 hours before the news was announced. So rest in peace, Kobe. Cheers to you. Greatest Laker to ever play, in my opinion. Thoughts and prayers to the families, the fans, the friends. Just a horrible day for basketball. Horrible time. It's just incredibly upsetting. So I love you all. Hug your loved ones. Tomorrow's never guaranteed. Let's all just cherish the time we have. We're incredibly lucky to even be sitting around playing DFS. Just sad time. With that, let's get on to the show. First things first, I appreciate you all. I really do. Thank you all so much for allowing me to be a part of your day, for listening to me cry about one of my favorite athletes passing away. I appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the team. I promise it's not always this somber. Click the subscribe button down below. Get access to all of our content. I will also have a fantasy draft NBA video up today for those of you playing fantasy draft. We do have a winner to announce. Our weekly $25 PayPal giveaway sponsored by Draft Dashboard. We announce a winner every Monday. Draft Dashboards, where we're going over all the stats, the usage, minutes, all these stats, what they've done the last 3 games, or history versus the team, projected ownerships. You can set your exposures however you wish to do it. Is all right here on Draft Dashboard. You can use a lineup optimizer, etc., and you can get access to my player pool. Click that link in the video description below. You can try it for 30 days for $1. To qualify for the drawing, all you have to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section. Our winner this week is Jason Josie. So congratulations to you. Hit me up in the comment section or in the Twitter sphere. Let me know how to get that PayPal to you. Congratulations again to you. So let's just get started at the top. You got Luka Doncic against Oklahoma City, 10-9 on Fanduel, 11-9 on Draftkings. Oklahoma City 17th against opposing point guards. He put up a 59 his last time out against Oklahoma City. Of course, Luka Doncic is in play tonight. Next, his price is getting up there. It's getting hard to pay for Derrick Rose, but bottom line is he's putting up huge numbers. He's starting. He's playing huge minutes. Cleveland is dead last, allowing the most points in the league to opposing point guards. He has back-to-back 37s against him. 3 of his last 5 games overall, he has at least a 45. Derrick Rose, I like him on both Sites. Next, Chris Dunn. 5-7 on Fanduel, 5-5 on DraftKings. You get a little bit of a salary relief on DraftKings, which is rare these days. San Antonio, 25th against opposing point guards. He put up a 42 his last time out against San Antonio. 4 straight games in the 30s overall. I like Chris Dunn for his price. And if we're looking for some value, already know that Russell Westbrook will be out tonight for rest. Could be without James Harden again for Houston. So Austin Rivers on a back-to-back. Played 33 minutes yesterday. I think you see a similar workload today. Utah, 10th against opposing point guards. But if he's going to play those kind of minutes, he has big-time upside. He's 3-6 on both sides. Big-time salary saver there for Austin Rivers. Let's go to shooting guard. At shooting guard, we got Zach Lavine at the top. 9-3 on FanDuel, 9-8 on DraftKings. San Antonio, 25th against shooting guards, point guards, etc. He put up a 42 his last time out against the Spurs. He's just been red hot. 2 of his last 5 games, he has a 67 or above. Now, the other 5 games were in the 30s. That's always the danger when playing Zach Lavine. Especially 9-8 on DraftKings, I'll probably pass there. But the 9-3 on FanDuel, I could get there. It's a lot easier to pay up for guys like him on FanDuel just with the 2 different formats of the sites. We got to keep an eye on Miami. Jimmy Butler, Dragic, and Nunn are all questionable again, so it is something to keep an eye on. Next, Donovan Mitchell. FanDuel finally brought his price up. He's been priced in the mid 6Ks or low 6Ks for a couple weeks now, which just made absolutely no sense. Houston allows the most points in the league to opposing shooting guards, small forwards, whatever you want to call him. He plays a lot of the points, starts at the point guard. Eventually, I think Mike Conley will get back into the starting rotation. But right now, the usage rate for Donovan Mitchell should be high. The matchup is prime. No Westbrook, maybe no Harden. So he's going to see a lot of Eric Gordon and Ben McLemore and Austin Rivers defense. Donovan Mitchell, 7-6 on FanDuel, 7-9 on DraftKings. In his last 5 games against Houston, a mixed bag. He's got a couple of big games, 58 and a 44, but he also has a 23, a 23, and a 19. Again, could be a whole different situation tonight, especially if Harden is out as well. His defensive liability becomes way, way lower, so he can spend more energy on the offensive end. Could be a nice game for Donovan Mitchell tonight. Next, Andrew Wiggins, 7-1 on FanDuel and on DraftKings. Sacramento 13th against opposing shooting guards. He's going to play the wing at the 3. He's got 50-point upside at 7K, 38 his last time out against Sacramento. 3 of his last 5 games overall have been in the 40s, coming off a disappointing 27-point effort the other night. I do think Andrew Wiggins bounces back tonight. And for some value, like we just talked about, let's keep an eye on that Miami backcourt situation. Tyler Hero's been thrust into action, and he's been a hero. He's played great. A 35 and a 24 in his last 2 games. He's 4-3 on FanDuel. If those 3 guys are out again, Tyler Hero is going to play 35 to 40 minutes at 4-3 on FanDuel, 5K on DraftKings. A little bit tougher to get to, but I do like the price for Tyler Hero. Let's move on to small forwards. At the top, Danilo Gallinari, 6'2 on FanDuel, 7K on DraftKings. Dallas is 28th against opposing small forwards. He sat out the last game because of his thumb. They expect him to be back tonight. 40-point upside at 6'2". Sign me up for that. 7K on DraftKings, I don't mind either. It's just a weak position. It's not the greatest of slates tonight. Probably the strongest position overall is the center position tonight. Maybe the point guards. There's a lot of good point guard options as well, but I do like Gallinari. Next, in that matchup against Houston, dead last against small forwards, shooting guards. You can take your pick, Bogdanovich or Joe Ingles. I took Joe Ingles just for the little bit of salary savings. He's 5-5 on FanDuel, 5-4 on DraftKings. You've got Bogdanovich at 5-8 on FanDuel, 5-9 on DraftKings. Both of them put up a 40 and a 42 in their last game against Houston. Again, Houston, it's a matchup problem for them against small forwards, shooting guards. They allow the most fantasy points in the league to that position. So I do like Joe Ingles and Bogdanovich. Next, Eric Gordon. We know he's going to see a ton of minutes. He's been scoring the ball. Of course, he's very scoring dependent with no Russell Westbrook again tonight. And if there's possibly no James Harden, a ton of minutes and a ton of the offensive workload, especially in the backcourt, rides on Eric Gordon's hands. He's 4-4 on FanDuel. This might be the biggest pricing discrepancy I've ever seen between the two sites. He's 4,400 on FanDuel, but 6,900 on DraftKings. So I'm probably not playing him on DraftKings. Utah, number 1 against small forwards, shooting guards. But that 4-4 price on FanDuel is a free square. He's probably going to be very, very chalky, especially if Harden's out. So like a nice pivot could be to a guy like Danuel House. He's 3.5 on Fanduel, 3.9 on DraftKings. He'll play close to 30 minutes, especially if Harden's out. Utah 7th against small forwards, 1st against shooting guards. He's got some 30-point upside. He just has a 36 a few games ago. 3 of his last 4 games of at least 20, and again could find himself in the starting lineup as well. So it is something to keep an eye on. They'll most likely start Rivers, McLemore, Gordon, then Tucker, Capella, but Daniel House will be the first guy off the bench in that backcourt. Could see a bunch of minutes on the wing tonight. So, and he could be a nice tournament pivot, especially on FanDuel from the Eric Gordon chalk. Now, I don't think Eric Gordon will be that chalky on DraftKings at 6'9", and I just won't pay 6'9" for Eric Gordon. That's insane. But 4.4 on FanDuel, free space. Let's move on to power forwards. Power forward, LaMarcus Aldridge against Chicago. Chicago allows the most points in the league to opposing power forwards. He has a 44 and a 48 in his last 2 against Chicago. He's 8K on FanDuel, 7.2 on DraftKings. Love that DraftKings price for LaMarcus Aldridge. He's been notoriously underpriced this year on DraftKings. We were getting him for 6'3", 6'5", 6'8". Still at 7.2. I still think is too cheap for him. He's got 50-point upside again against the Bulls team, allowing the most points in the league to opposing power forwards. It is a back-to-back for the Spurs, so that is one concern. Could be one of those lazy games as well for LaMarcus Aldridge. Next, Kevin Love. Kevin Love's been good to me. Scoring in the mid-30s. He's 7.3 on FanDuel, 7.9 on DraftKings. Detroit, 23rd against opposing power forwards. A 46 and a 32 in his last 2 games against Detroit. I think Kevin Love is in a nice spot tonight. I do like Bielitsa against Minnesota as well, with all the injuries to that Sacramento front court. Next, I think Gordon, Covington, Thad Young, Larry Nance, all pretty similar. I'll take the minutes of Thad Young and Covington. Larry Nance, I know he's been playing well. I love Larry Nance, former Laker, of course. But it just feels like, damn it, this is going to be the time I'll play him, and he'll get like 19 minutes off the bench and put up like a 14. I know Thad Young is going to start. He's going to play a ton of minutes with all those injuries to Chicago's front court. He's 5.5 on FanDuel, 4.9 on DraftKings, so you're getting him a little bit cheaper on DraftKings. A 40, a 26, and a 19 in his last 3 against the Spurs. But again, he's playing big minutes. 3 of his last 4 games overall in this role, he has at least a 28. I like the price for Thad Young on both sides. And I like PJ Tucker. He's kind of snapped out of it with the James Harden type injury, Westbrook resting. He's had 3 straight games of 25 or more. In his last 5 games against Utah, he has nothing less than a 26. It's a nice matchup for PJ Tucker. He plays well against these bigger front courts. 4-1 on both sides. I think he's one of the best value plays of the slate tonight, especially if James Harden is out. Let's go to centers. At center, Drummond against Cleveland. Cleveland 17th against opposing centers. Look at Drummond's last 4 against Cleveland. 62, 64, 61, and a 60. He's in a smash spot. 10.5 on FanDuel, 9.6 on DraftKings. Sign me up for some Andre Drummond. Right below that, Karl Anthony Towns against Sacramento. Who are they going to start? Dwayne Dedmon? Good luck. He will torch them. His last time out against Sacramento, he put up a 69. His minutes have ramped up coming back from that injury. Now seems to be back to full strength. Sacramento is 9th against opposing centers, but I think Karl Anthony Towns is in a smash spot. He's 10.4 on FanDuel, 10.3 on DraftKings, so he's, 700 more than Drummond on DraftKings, so I'll take the savings for Drummond if I had to choose between the two, but I do think both are in a great spot. I like Capella and Gobert. I like Gobert a little bit more, but neither one of them have these huge games against each other. But again, if there's no James Harden as well, Clint Capella there's going to be more of an onus on him to score, so it could be a nice matchup there as well. Tristan Kardashian, this son of a bitch. I mean, his last time out against Detroit, he put up a 66. He's got a 66, a 36, and a 29 in his last 3 against Detroit. He's 5.7 on both sides, so you love the upside at that price. You just wonder if he's going to show up. It seems like when I don't play him, he gets the 46 like he did 3 games ago, and then when I do, he gets a 9. So it's a tournament, risky play only, and a tough matchup, but he does have some nice history against Detroit. And for some value guys, Dwayne Dedmon will probably get the start. Again, he does have some decent games against Minnesota. He had, before his last time out, where only got a 3, had a 27, a 35, and a 26. Minnesota is 5th against opposing centers, but there could be some value there for Dedmon. Kelly Olynyk could be a risky tournament option. 3 of his last 5, he's had at least 20. He's down here at 3.7 and 4.5. But again, big time tournament play only. Don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter at DFS Bachelor. We're going to get news throughout the day as these things come up. So it's a good chance that 1, 2, 3 of the players on here are active, or James Harden plays, or this person's out. Lots of stuff comes out throughout the day. So I'll do my best to keep you informed on the Twitter sphere. So that's my look at each position. Again, you can get access to this tool, the research, and my custom player pool using the lineup optimizer, master lineup generator, cash game optimizer, etc. Click that link in the video description below. You can try Draft Dashboard for 30 days for $1. When you do, how you find my player pools, you simply click the Watch Players button over here. Now, right now, I only have 19 players. It'll be much higher than that. It'll probably be in the high 30s, low 40s for a 6-game slate. So it'll evolve throughout the day. But you click your Watch Players button over there. It's whatever players you're watching, even if it says 0. Then at the top, you'll see a blue box that says Watch DFS Bachelor's Picks, as well as a timestamp of when it was last updated, so you know if I've gotten to the latest news, etc., and adjusted projections, etc., all that. Once you click that box, it highlights my player pool, and you can use it in the lineup optimizer. Like I said, we'll make a couple sample lineups for tonight, just here early in the morning. Again, this is just an early lineup at 7:30 Pacific time this morning. If you wish to make cash game optimized lineups, the cash game tab is right up here. You click on that. That works better once you wait for the projected ownerships to come out. So on FanDuel, it spit out for us Derrick Rose, Chris Dunn, Wiggins, Mitchell, Gallinari, House, Kevin Love, PJ Tucker, Karl Anthony Towns. I think that's a great lineup. No problem going to Drummond right here either. I think that's a solid lineup this early in the morning. Let's go over to DraftKings, where the pricing has been much stingier. Mitchell, Wiggins, Bruce Brown, Thad Young, Drummond. See, there's a lot of things here that I'm going to change. So, Donovan Mitchell at 7.9. Let's come down here. Let's see if we can get some savings with Chris Dunn at 5.5. Dion Waiters, that's not happening, although he could see some more minutes tonight. He's been playing a little bit more. He could see some minutes tonight. A guy like Joe Ingles at 5.4. We have Tyler Hero at 4.5. Now we can upgrade Bruce Brown. For the savings, I do like coming down here to Daniel House at 3.9. It's awfully cheap. Again, you could go to PJ Tucker for 4.1 as well. Now we can upgrade somewhere. If we want to upgrade Tyler Hero, we could come up to Shabazz Napier or something like that. I think that's solid as well. Again, click the link. Try it for 30 days for $1. Compare the player pools, etc. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Be part of our weekly $25 PayPal giveaway. That is sponsored by Draft Dashboard. Congratulations again to our winner, Jason Josie. Hit me up. Let's get you your PayPal winnings. Congratulations again to you. Cheers to you all. R.I.P. Kobe. Hug your loved ones again, man. Don't take today for granted. Don't take any day for granted. Appreciate you all so much. We'll see you with our fantasy draft video later today. And, of course, we'll be back tomorrow with our NBA picks for tomorrow. Thank you all again. Goodbye, folks.